NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, it's our first transatlantic game of the year, as it'll be the Oakland Raiders as a home team taking on their former All-Pro Khalil Mack and the Chicago Bears. I'll see you again at halftime. But first, let's get you across the pond to good old London, England. Standing by, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London,
We're
England.
playing in
England.
England.
Of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their -3 game win streak.
Bands make it.
Visitors, the Bears, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Seems like
If it's a home game, we should have a Raider emblem on the fucking ground.
And off we go on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense heading out, led by Mitchell Trubisky, a Pro Bowler last year in 2018. And, of course, the number 2 overall pick in the draft back in 2017.
Going to run this shit, huh?
Now Trubisky on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. A look there at how the Raiders will start defensively. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
Now it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. Third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback now from Fresno State, Derek Carr. A kid who's from Bakersfield, California, then went to high school in Texas for 3 seasons, went back to California to finish his high school career, on to Fresno State in college, and now every season in the NFL has been with Oakland, including 2018 where he had his first 4,000-yard campaign, and hoping to build on that in 2019 and beyond. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On second down, Martin. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Martin re-signed with the Raiders May 1st after Isaiah Crowell went down with the Achilles injury. He's out for the year. Martin now in his 2nd season in Oakland, 723 yards last year. His career numbers are so interesting. 6 seasons in Tampa prior to Oakland, 2 years of 1,400 yards, but then he never topped 500 the other 4 years due to injuries and other various issues. But now he says his full focus is on 2019. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 42.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. Put a score in here. Long way to go, but you're right. That's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, down that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And down inside the 15 he goes. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Damn.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it into on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. They really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. He's got the first down past midfield. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Quick pass out to Miller. 7 yards. The pickup on the pitch and catch.
Son of a bitch.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're doing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd and short. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They started the drive with Martin. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on second and 13. Carr. And they work this right field across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and
what the fuck?
pressure, and he'll go down.
Dude, I'm fucking pressing the button. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Able to record his 5th sack of the season. These two teams
fuck,
all
dude.
tied after one. Carr now throw. He's going deep for Brown.
Oh my god.
By the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. That's showing the tackle and has some room.
Yeah, kidding me, dude.
Look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they get it blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. But he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll pick up 17 yards and a bare first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, with the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. The throw complete here to Williams. And he's able to get this one past the 30. The beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a first down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A. where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and those creases like they were able to exploit right there.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh, so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 35 on 2nd down. Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Hunter Renfrow, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
Let's go.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish
He
these
froze
drives
and just held on to the ball.
not have the balls go through goalposts.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. What a first down pickup of 8.
When the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Second
Didn't get
quarter
first down,
action
did
with
he?
1:59 remaining.
2nd and inches, bud. Let's see what coach said. I like it, man. I like it. We'll go with
A
coach.
reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Will throw complete. Trubisky to Miller. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by
Sad, dude. Sad. Get that field goal.
With a big-time
Oh,
sack on third down, it's a loss of 7. And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake, throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year.
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking a cap.
Oh, my gosh. What the fuck, dude?
They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5.
I'm not liking those numbers.
We'll begin up
The
in
last game I
Macon.
had
Time
like
constraints.
300
We move
runners
forward
and
to today's
like almost
broadcast to the
400
beginning of the third
What's
quarter.
going on?
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try to do a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
What? No way. Come on, dude.
Big money man, the free agent tackle, Trent Brown. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Carr.
Oh my God.
Intercepted by the All-Pro corner Kyle Fuller, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception.
They're like right there.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's a quick hitch route in the front.
Oh shit,
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel quickly. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now it's Davis.
Damn, I
He's
missed
brought
him
down just
twice.
outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again here with Davis. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow, you can make this a positive, though. You know why? game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit. It allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Yeah, pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play, second down coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. On first down, Martin.
What the fuck?
10 yards on the
Could have gone away, dude.
Second
Oh my
down.
God.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog for your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he fires one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
Oh my God. Come on.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Trubisky brings the Bears on 1st and 10 at the 20. Trubisky will throw. He's got Burton here. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3 from the gun to give to Davis.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan, and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And not to be, it's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. Welcome back now here in London. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Martin. Martin flexing the muscle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the ball.
Come on, big guy. Could have blocked one of them.
Right near the line of scrimmage. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Now Carr on the bootleg. Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
The quick slant caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. And this is close. Touchdown, Raiders. Luke Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tunnel.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. He'll have a first down past the 40. A first down there on a pickup at 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. He's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. From its linebacker spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. It's caught by Davis. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to the first down as he stopped at the 48.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute.
Just gotta run the clock a little bit, try to get near the field goal, just kick a field goal.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw again on second down. Carr. It's a screen to Richard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. That call is intercepted by the all-pro safety.
No way, dude.
Brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
It doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask.
No fucking way, dude.
That's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Getting down to the good stuff.
That was an ugly mistake.
2 minutes remaining on EA
Big
Sports.
fucking mistake, dude.
So the Bears with football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 13, Trubisky. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cleveland Farrell in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Davis. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
Come on, dude, wasting time.
But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
The kick by Bryant is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So Carr and the Raiders now down 20-17, 47 seconds remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now Carr, the open man here, Renfro. Space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Took just one play to move to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Off the bootleg. Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Release the ball. What the fuck, you dickhead?
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Fuck. Oh my God, dude. Fuck. We lost this shit, dude. Fuck.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Oakland, this will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time.